All right, before we begin, let's thank our sponsors. Without them, we couldn't do it, right? Like the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa, presenting podcasts and poker. This is cool. Monday, January 27th. If you are a poker player and you want to join me and 8 others, that would be you, at a one-table sit-and-go at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa. Just go to thebaileyshow.com, click on the Podcast and Poker tab there on the homepage. We have 3 cash-out prizes, first, second, and third, $1,000, $750, and $500. Everyone who wins a seat at the table will get a free room at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And on top of that, there's a $150 bounty on me. All players will be chosen by Sunday, January 19th. The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa, one of the largest and most successful integrated resort casino complexes in North America. I've had a great relationship with them for years. I love this place. It's owned and operated by the Seminole Tribe of Florida and is home to award-winning entertainment, gaming, and dining. Plus, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel, Tampa's 46-table non-smoking poker room features Wi-Fi throughout, and we'll have the sports fans in mind because the room offers 40 TVs, including 6 75-inch TVs and 4 65-inch TVs. The place is a blast. So, thebaileyshow.com if you're interested in podcasts and poker. On to Inspect All Pest Services. That's Nick and our friends over there, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. They also take care of that insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. InspectAllServices.com. The Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with his sidekick, Pew Pew, TheAuroraLawFirm.com. Litigates all over the United States, based out of Georgia if you want to stop in and see those smiling faces. Criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. Ridgeline Counseling, Dr. David Markwell. You need help, get help by the best in the business. He's got 10 therapists in-house there at Ridgeline Counseling, 3 locations in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square, and McKaysville outside of Blue Ridge. But he does in-person virtual sessions. Anywhere you're at, he can reach you. MarkwellTherapy.com or email him directly. RidgelineCounseling@gmail.com. FBC Insurance, now's the time, no better time, to reshop those current insurance policies. It's perfect for new homeowners. Rates are going down. That might be you. 5-star service and shop over 35 A-rated companies, whether it's insurance for your house, flood, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or if it's just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or email info@fbcinsuranceservices.com. Get a quote online, fbcinsuranceservices.com. All right, it's alternate power solutions time. You will never go without power ever again if you get a hold of Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated, offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. Every single customer, that would be you. You get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring with a service contract, A+ rating with the BBB. Call or request the free home assessment, 770-853-7571. This is a must-have, must-do, must-need. PoweringGeorgia.com. Plus, get $500 off your entire installation with using the discount code Bailey, servicing Georgia and Tennessee. JHM Land Solutions, they are family-owned and operated land clearing, grading, mulching, and tree company. So if you got a bunch of stuff and you don't want to move the stuff, commercial or residential, they'll take care of it. Servicing Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee, 770-274-9120. Jayco Contracting, the best in the business when it comes to gutter and roofing specialists. That would be Cliff Bratcher, 770-316-3876. Licensed and insured roofing and gutter specialist covering all of Georgia. Platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, the creator of Pink Panther. Free gutter guards, woo, with the purchase of a roof. Satisfaction guaranteed, commercial and residential. That's JaycoContracting.com. And then a live ozone therapy spa in Orlando, Florida, Altamont Springs, Florida, to be exact. AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com for all of your online ozone-infused products. If you are in the Central Florida area, please visit Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa, also offering red light therapy, halo therapy, chromiotherapy, pressotherapy, PEMF, and more. That is AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. And don't forget, always use the code BS10 for an extra 10% off your orders, two peers. All right. If you want to sponsor the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. Love to have you on the podcast, maybe the radio show. Let's have a conversation. And thanks to our sponsors, Two Peers, use them. They're important. They're awesome. Let's begin.
Go ahead and leave a comment about how you deal with your children leaving home while I recover.
Honey, I raised the kids.
Our kids leaving the nest is never easy. So in order to cope, Jason and Rachel have decided to share the journey of their kids, Caleb and Ariel, or Bees as most know her. Follow the story in this podcast.
Honey, I raised the kids.
All right, there it is, episode 42 of Honey, I Raised the Kids, a podcast about us becoming empty nesters. Thanks for being here. My name's Jason Bailey. There's my lovely wife, Rachel Guy.
Hey, y'all.
Collectively, we are known as Ray J.
Yeah, I like Ray J.
I'm glad you like Ray J.
I like it.
Maybe we'll last forever.
But you know why? Because I'm first.
You are first. That's me being gentlemanly.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, not too many.
Appreciate your manners.
Actually, no partner I've ever had, I've let them go first.
Why? Oh, so you learned your lesson.
No, I didn't learn my lesson. I just
You gave up.
I just gave up.
Oh, okay.
There's
okay.
there's some people
Oh,
that
lucky me.
there's some people that deserve it, and there's some people that don't deserve it. You deserve it, so
Oh, appreciate you.
yeah, not a problem, dog. I gotcha. So this episode, we're going to talk about a couple different things. There's not much really going on with the kids, but there's
some things going on. We just can't talk about them yet.
yes, that is true.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting comparison that I'm going to make during this episode with something that just happened to us and our kids and why they're so much better than us. But first, let's start with Rachel's father.
Oh boy.
This poor guy. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I know. My poor daddy.
So Poppi, to understand Poppi, the guy,
He's Superman.
he's Superman. He really is. The guy knows how to do everything.
Yep.
He is in great shape.
Yep.
He just gets up. He works his ass off. He works for Pepsi, even at 50, 60, whatever years of age. 65. They still do this. And when I say works for Pepsi, he's not in the office. This guy's still going out on the trucks.
He's a route manager.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. He's slinging cases still.
Yeah, slinging
because
cases.
the kids don't do it right, and he goes back and fixes everything that the kids on the route don't do right. So the route guys that are supposed to do everything with the sodas, he goes back and fixes so it looks right.
Yeah. So that's Poppi, right?
Yeah.
So Poppi, just out of nowhere, this was a couple months back, has this widowmaker heart attack.
Yep.
And which means that he should have died, right? Yeah, that's the widowmaker means.
Yep.
He goes in to the hospital. He wanted to drive himself. I mean, this is how badass of
himself. He drove himself from work to my parents' house because he said he was not going from work to the hospital. He was going to drive home so that my mother could drive into the hospital.
How badass is that, right?
Like, okay, Dad.
How badass is that? So he goes to the hospital. They say, "Hey, look, dude, what are you doing? We've got to do emergency surgery right now.
Yeah.
We need to get you in." So they did a quadruple bypass surgery.
Yep.
On this man. Now, like most situations like this, when they go in and they do, a surgery for something different or for something, they find something else.
Typically, right?
Yeah.
When you're a badass and don't go to the doctor for decades.
Yeah. That's usually what happens. And that's what happened in this case. They found that he had prostate cancer.
Correct.
Which, it goes from heart attack to prostate cancer. You also have to understand that Poppi is in great shape. I mean, this dude would ride his bike after he got home from work, ride his bike for 30 miles. I mean, just crazy
he's
stuff.
A beast.
And so he hasn't been able to do any of these things. He gets the heart attack and then he goes, so just this past week, he goes in to get his prostate removed.
Yep.
Which, for a guy,
it's a big deal.
You're losing your dudehood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about it.
No, I mean, your sexual urges
both
aren't there.
Stage 4, so.
Maybe that was his plan all along.
What?
With your mom.
If I don't have my prostate,
then she can't make me have sex with her.
Oh, I don't want to have this conversation at all. I want 0 parts of that.
I really want to use this for the clip, but I don't think I should.
No. Oh my God, she would be so mad. We go back to like freaking 5 years ago when she'd leave you out of pictures.
I know.
She's such a
But think about this. I mean, is that not the best way? If you're like, it's like, okay, like it's been a long time. I'm not divorcing this person, but I really don't want to sleep with them anymore. You know what? Just take my prostate out. That's the best excuse ever. I mean, it's better than when chicks say they have a headache.
Y'all will know if my mom's mad at me when she starts vague booking some bullshit.
Yeah, if you follow Rachel's mom and she starts, some people just say things and don't understand the repercussions.
She's gonna listen to this and be real mad.
Like a cat hanging from a tree next to it. You know, it's always like the good and the bad. So I'm just kidding. Flo, they're jokes. They're just jokes.
Relax.
They're jokes. They're just jokes.
Calm your titties.
But there's some seriousness behind this.
There
I mean, like, think about it. I'm not just talking about them, just in general. Like, man, I've been with this woman for 30 years. I love her. I really do.
God, please take my prostate.
Like, you don't even, like, you can just lie to her and say that you don't have it. You say, I'm going in for, like, you just make the whole thing up.
How do you do that? If you've been with somebody for a long period of time, of course they're going to be in the hospital with you.
No, and not, this is what I would,
Yeah.
this is what I would be like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to go this one alone, Rach.
No,
I'm a
ain't
loner,
way in
Dottie.
he- Ain't no way in hell.
I'm a loner, Dottie.
Nope.
I need to go into the hospital.
Not happening.
COVID rules still apply. Only one person.
Oh, you wanted the doctor to cut your prostate out? No worries. I got you, buddy.
So, but Poppy's doing fine. He had the prostate surgery. He gets out, and he was at Advent
Health Celebration.
Advent Health Celebration in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that is the nicest hospital. I've got a lot of friends. So Advent Health here in Orlando, if you're not familiar, like they've taken over.
Yeah,
and,
it's the big hospital here.
and they're run by the Seventh-day Adventists, right?
Yeah.
So
It's very, very faith-based.
very faith-based, very hands-on. They like pray at the end of every day.
Mhm.
Throughout the hospitals, they have prayers going. All for it. Amen. God bless you. Do what you do. We need more of that, in my opinion.
It's a really good hospital.
So I've got a lot of friends that work there because the people in radio that had gotten fired over the years, they all like went to Advent Health for some reason. It's crazy. And they love it. Absolutely love it. They
Probably because Jesus will pay their paycheck.
Yeah, and not fire them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not downsizing.
Yep.
So I'd never been to an Advent Health hospital. This place was like a freaking resort. It is like a resort. It is beautiful. I'm sitting there and I'm going, I can't wait to get injured. I can't wait to have surgery. This place is awesome.
I know. Me and my sister were talking about that. We were like, somebody wants to get cut.
Yeah, well, I do. I mean, if
Okay.
insurance is going to pick up my
All right.
resort fee, then why should I not want to stay?
Accidental cutting.
Yeah. So
My bad.
Advent Health Celebration, beautiful hospital.
I slipped.
He had surgery and then released the next day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you want to tell everybody that I was an ass again?
Yeah, you were kind of a.
I was not.
Mhm.
Oh my God. So I don't know why no one.
I was going to leave that out, by the way. I was not going to put
No
that. I
one
was going to be nice.
You might as well throw it on out there. I'm a dick all the time.
You are
So-
a dick.
I know.
You are.
So listen.
You are what you
I'm
eat.
such a dick.
Such a dick.
So everybody in that room knows how my dad ticks. Okay. It's not been that long since I had my disaster surgery with my hysterectomy because I had uterine and cervical cancer and then had the hysterectomy. Well, right after my surgery, they had this debacle where they couldn't work the pain pump for whatever reason. So I literally had 0 pain meds for like an hour, like nothing in my system. And I have never felt a pain like that in my life. And it will stay there. Typically, like when you have kids and you go through that birthing process, that's why you're willing to have more. You don't remember the pain. This will stay with me forever. So because he had his prostate out and those high kicking drugs, the like freaking narcotics that make you feel great and they work immediately, he couldn't have those because sometimes they can cause constipation. So they give you low level pain meds. And so he was feeling a touch of what I felt with nothing. And he was hurting. And I'm like, you got it, Dad. And he held my hand and like, oh, I almost cried because he held my hand and he's like, I am so sorry, baby. I didn't know this is what you were going through. I didn't know that this is what you felt. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to cry right now. It made me sad. Like, okay. So
Are you talking to me or you? I don't know. Yeah, okay.
I'm talking to you because you didn't hear him say that, did you?
No. But I saw him holding your hand.
Yeah, he grabbed my
That was very vulnerable of him.
Yeah.
I've never seen him that vulnerable.
He grabbed my hand and he's like, I'm so sorry. So anyway, so he's not had any pain meds and he's hurting. Well, they come in, I go to the nurse. Like when I had my surgery and I was in that kind of pain, I've never seen you like you were going to murder someone to get me some pain meds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I had that same feeling like, okay, give him something else you can layer, give him a little bit of something to take the edge off because I know what that feels like. So I'm fussing at the nurse and everything. And then, so my sister, her fiance, you, Mom, and then Nick's here from Inspect All Pest Services.
Yeah, he was with us too. Yeah, Nick came down to do some ozone therapy. Yeah.
So he's part of the family this weekend.
Yeah. It's like, sorry for your vacation, bro, but we got to make a stop at the hospital.
I will heal you and you have to watch other people. It's fine. So I was standing there and I'm like, Dad, you're going to have a rough night tonight. Make sure they stay on top of your pain meds. And immediately everyone's like, oh my God, why would you say that? Don't tell him that. You'll be fine. Dude, I know you'll be fine. I'm just saying because how Dad ticks is he wants to know so he can prepare himself mentally. That's all he wants. He just needs to know.
Yeah, but nobody knows. That's the problem. So so you don't know for sure because everybody's body handles it differently. And
what he was feeling.
Right. But you just don't know.
Okay.
The objective in a hospital
is to not be a dick like me.
Well, yeah, you could check that one off too.
All right.
But you want to be as optimistic as possible.
Well,
People
he would be fine.
You're like, Rach, this is what you said to your father after prostate surgery.
So you're gonna have a rough night.
Yeah. Why would you say that instead of saying, tonight might be a little bit bumpy, but I know you're gonna get through it, tough guy.
Okay, so maybe I need to work on my delivery. But
yeah, and that's me telling you that.
But I also know how Dad works, and he just wants to know so that he knows how to prepare himself because it's all that mind game, to get yourself to that place. I was just straight up telling him what's up.
And that's why you should have concentrated on what I was doing with the ball. Because that was brilliant on my part. Thank you very much.
That was good.
But if you're in pain of any sort for anything, you want to find something to occupy your mind from the pain. And stress balls are great. So, I mean, it could be anything. It could be food poisoning. I mean, whatever. And if your body's actively doing something else, then it triggers something in your brain to not feel as much pain or any pain from where the pain is coming from. It's a mind game. I know. And some people are rolling their eyes and they don't believe it, but it actually works. Yeah. So, I mean, mind over matter. You can accomplish anything.
Sure.
And so
depending on your level of pain.
Even look, there was a guy who was a cop and he got captured by the bad guys. And they took him into this room and they hung him from his hands and they tortured him. Okay. That was Lethal Weapon and Mel Gibson.
Oh, I was going to guess the movie. You're a ruiner.
You can't guess. You can't play that game. And I got to tell you, he has got, I mean, as crazy as he was, he had control of his pain. He could withstand the pain.
His was not real pain. It was a movie.
No, but he was,
Let's be for real.
he was depicting real pain.
Bitch, be for real.
He was depicting real pain.
Right.
And anyway,
Okay.
so
Right.
I'm like, well, I got to find Poppi a stress ball. So I go out to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's got a stress ball, but they're all very sweet, very nice. This one girl was like, how about we make one? Which I thought was brilliant. This girl, Michelle,
real smart.
she was like, I'm going to get a glove and we'll put stuff in it. I was like, God, that's so brilliant. That's so smart. And then this dude, Louis or Luis, depending on how you want to say it, he finds me a ball, not so much stress ball, but a ball that you could squeeze, you know, it was good enough. And I go in there and Poppy is squeezing it. And you could just tell the pain just started to dissipate. Just
Magic.
because of my ball,
Yeah, you're a healer.
because of my ball healing.
Yep, you're a ball healer.
I'm a ball healer.
I love it.
Yeah, it was
Love it when you
absolutely
heal the
brilliant.
balls.
And he's like, he's squeezing the ball and you can see him chilling out a little bit. And just out of nowhere, Rachel's like, man, you're going to have a rough night.
Oh my God, I did not say it like
Sucks
that.
to be you, dude. Ah!
You're so dumb.
I-
I did not say it like that, but I did suck the wind out of that room.
And that's why you did it. You did not do it to
No, I was-
forewarn your father. You did it to
Listen.
piss off your mother. That's
Maybe.
why. No, that's why you did it.
Listen.
You sacrificed
Wait,
your
you're
father
yelling at me right now.
because you won't stop. I'm talking. You sacrificed your father's emotions to rib your mom. That's what you did.
No, that's not true. That was just a bonus. I was speaking to
No.
my father.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad, and I know how he ticks, and he just
Rach,
wants to know.
You did it to piss off the room. Not me, your mom more in particular.
Not the room.
Yeah, just your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't
Cool.
it wasn't even about your dad. You just said it. You're like a child around her. And the problem is you two were so much alike. It's not even funny.
That's not true either.
Oh my God. One day you will. It's just like my mother.
Yeah.
And the problems I have with my mother,
And
one of the main problems I have with my mother is because we're so much alike in a lot of ways.
so is that why you're with me? Because I'm like your mom.
No, you're not like my mom. You're like
I'm
your
like
mom.
my mom.
You're like your mom.
Oh, okay. I'm like my mom.
But they're very similar. My mother
Yeah.
and your mother are very
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
And you're very similar to that crew.
Oh,
You're like a new body style.
I learned. Oh,
Mhm.
I learned a lot about myself today.
You should, and you should absorb it, and you should thank me.
If I thank you for it.
You should thank me for the.
Who are you like? Your mom? You're like your mom.
No,
So we're like a group of moms. Bad moms unite.
so from what I'm being told, as much I do have a touch of my mom, but I'm really like my father.
Oh, that's a winner.
Yeah, which I don't know. So I don't know what I'm like. I don't know what he's like. But from what I hear from my siblings, his kids,
Mhm.
we're a lot alike. Like I'm the closest to him than anybody else.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Crazy how genetics work.
You know what? Here's what sucks about genetics is when you're a baby and you're like, oh, the baby looks like the mother or the father or something like that.
Mhm.
It's cute.
Yeah.
As the kid starts to get older and like, oh, he's definitely got your mannerisms, doesn't he? Yes, he does. It's still cute, right? They become adults, young adults, and they're like, I remember when you were that age. You were doing the same thing. You know that. It's still kind of cute. When you get to my age, like late 40s, still 50s, 60s,
I just need one more
I
year.
just need one more year. You are a spitting image of that person.
Mhm.
And then everyone now that is being born is going through that same process before. That makes me sad. Just that theory. Like I look at my cousins
Mhm.
and they are spitting images of their mother or their father, like
Yeah.
spitting images.
Just so you know, I am more like my dad, but my mother raised me, so I do have some of her mannerisms.
No. You say that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not correct. You're more like your mother. That's not correct at all.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
I was in the house with them.
I understand that. I'm just look. It's you're old enough now. It doesn't matter. Like you're past the point of changing.
Yeah.
So you're
Oh, you're in it to win it?
you're elderly.
I'm elder. You told me that last night. Oh my God.
I did. When did I do that?
You told me I was old. You were like, oh my God, you're an old woman. You came in from out watching the foosball game and I was snoozing.
Oh, that's right. Because
You wanted to watch Landman.
yeah, and I was like, get up. What are you doing? It's 11 o'clock.
I was so tired.
I'm
I'm on my feet all day. Listen. Sleepy.
Time to be so sleepy.
Listen, these are my people. I was just trying to take a nap.
Change my diapers. I
You want to do that too?
pee-peed on
Give you
myself.
some diaper you pee-peed on yourself. Oh my God.
It wasn't. It was water.
No, it's not a true statement.
We don't know because you wouldn't smell it.
Why would I want to do that?
To find out if I peed myself.
You walk in the
I couldn't reach
room-
my knee
why you are not that flexible?
because I'm a guy.
Yeah, but I could reach and just look.
I'm a 6'3" guy.
Knee
You're
to
a
nose.
5'1" chick.
I'm 5'2".
Whatever.
No, listen, you walk in and Nick and I are sitting there and you're like, huh, you go to the restroom and come back. Huh, that wasn't there before. I wonder if I peed on myself. I'm like, okay. And then you tried to put your knee to your face to smell it.
That's how you find out.
Pee.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have like overly stinky pee-pees?
Well, if you loved me, you would have loaned your nose to my knee.
I didn't want to smell your pee.
I understand that. No one wants to do that, but we needed to get to the bottom of this. And you should appreciate that I love and trust you enough to share that type of information with you.
You know what? Next time I have some kind of internal issue that I need some assistance with,
Not
I'm like,
interested.
Bae, I
Not
need
interested.
some help.
Nope, I'm good. Thank
Help
you.
me out.
I'm good. I'm good.
Lucky you don't get my period anymore.
Oh my God, don't even say that word. What is wrong with you?
You're
You
trying
know-
to get me to smell pee-pee.
That's fun. Pee-pee's fun to say. That
No.
other word, not so much fun unless you're in English class.
They're lady things.
I don't want to hear about lady things. They
Okay,
don't
well, I
exist
don't-
in my world.
Well, you're right. They don't because I don't get them at all. I got no lady parts.
Yeah, you've been gutted and sold, Eleanor.
True story.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to bring up in this episode before we wrap this up is that there's an interesting observation, a comparison that I've made as we've become empty nesters.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're starting the second chapter of our lives with a live ozone therapy spa. You know, I've got the podcast thing going, the radio thing. I mean, just like this, our whole world has changed. And the kids, you know, Caleb just got promoted, as you guys know, and he's now the co-manager of Journeys somewhere in Florida. And Ariel's doing a great job at the University of Alabama. And she's got big things coming up that we can't talk about yet, but we will.
And good grades for her first semester.
And great grades. Yeah, great grades. And they do nothing wrong. Our kids do nothing wrong.
Yeah, it gives us less to talk about because they're good kids.
Right. Our children do nothing wrong, but yet their parents, who are now in their second phase of their lives as empty nesters,
Are doing all the dumb shit.
we're getting kicked out of events.
Oh, I forgot we did. You know what? Because I was over it.
I understand
It's
that,
my fault.
but that's not how that should work out. Like,
Typically, it's your fault.
you signed us up for this event. It's your
know.
fault.
I just said it was my fault. So I thought it would be really, really good. And then the demographic and the people were way different than when we were here 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, there's a community in Orlando called Baldwin Park that I lived at, and I loved it. It was a live, work, play. It was fairly new at the time.
Yeah, it was kind of like Roswell.
It was very, very cool. And so Rach finds this opportunity,
It's like the Alive After 5 in Roswell.
the marketplace.
Yeah, but they do First Fridays and then Baldwin Market. So they have two of them. And I signed us up for them.
Yeah.
Actually signed us up for January and February.
Yeah.
And
No.
we got kicked out. And
Yeah.
we're not allowed to come back for February.
So unprofessional of us. Well, so
Yeah.
let me explain how we got kicked out. So I was very excited. I was very optimistic about this thing because I like events, and
Yeah, it's really cool.
this is all part of the deal. And
Yeah.
we have our tent and we have our stand. We have everything. We're ready to rock and roll. We've got product we can sell. The stuff that you can buy on AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com, not TikTok at the current moment, of course. So we set up this first Friday thing. This is a couple weeks ago.
Oh my God, it was
Now,
so bad.
granted, it was a little chilly.
It was freezing.
And we thought we had a great location right by this big lake and stuff. And it was cold, so it was chilly. There wasn't that many people out there, but they put this like DJ right next to us. He's blaring music. Now,
Oh my God, you couldn't talk to anyone.
bless his heart, he's just doing what he's being paid to do. He's a DJ, right? But whoever's in charge and thought that was a good idea should be slapped up the face with a salami, because
Put him right next to the vendors that have to talk to people.
yeah, that's just dumb. This just doesn't make any sense.
No.
So it wasn't well organized, that I noticed. Like, I get there, there's no one to greet you. The people didn't show up until like 15, 20 minutes afterwards. Then they don't really, God bless you, they don't really tell you where to set up.
Yeah.
They come in afterwards, after you're set up, and want you to move, which they do that to everybody. There's no power. There's no Wi-Fi.
So here comes our strike one.
So it's kind of bush league, in my opinion. I mean, I've done these events a ton of times. It's just not well organized.
And you did what?
And so I rattled off an email. Well, we left early the first time,
We did.
and then I rattled off an email to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to do this. Well, you're obligated to do it. And I go, this is horrible. I mean, whose idea was it to put the DJ right next to everybody?
Yeah.
And then we're screaming at people that want information. It's kind of counterintuitive. And so I said, you move us, to a different location. So they did. They
we had a good location
it's a great location.
for the second time.
Great location.
So that was strike one. The email, Jason Bailey saying you're stupid.
GFY.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want it out.
Strike one.
Yeah.
So then we went for the other night, and it was a beautiful night.
Gorgeous night.
We had a really good spot. Still not a ton of traffic.
No, and the traffic that's there has changed.
Yeah, it's not they are not our people.
Yeah,
They are not worried about their health at all.
Yeah, it's kind of thuggy. It's Baldwin Park has turned kind of thuggy and kind of creeperish, But what I noticed was kind of interesting is the rollover. A lot of the vendors that were there the last time were not there this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that. So there's a big time rollover.
So we stayed for the majority of it, but then it got to the place. Well, I had patients that morning. I had been at the spa since 10:30 that morning, and then I had a handful of patients throughout the day, and then we packed up everything at the spa and went for this event. I hadn't been home, and I'm really tired at this point and irritated because there's not as many people. It's a beautiful night. I thought it was going to be different. And I'm like, okay, we stayed for most of it. We did sell some magnesium butter, which is good to some of the little hippie girls coming out of the Pilates class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, all right, we're out. Let's go.
Mhm.
I'm done. And we pack everything up. I don't think it's been packed up that fast ever.
Yeah, it was a really strong pack.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, but Nick's done this before too. And so he's like, all right, I got it. And like you boys were taking down tents and all the things. There was no fumbling. It was all in the box and everything packed up, and we're rolling out.
Yeah.
And as we're walking out, the event staff lady is walking in from the parking lot. I don't know what she was doing out there, not doing her job.
Oh, I didn't
clearly.
know that. Was she really?
Yeah, she walked right past us. That's why we got in trouble.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Oh.
When you drop that bag off the top of the rolly cart,
Uh,
she was right there in front of you.
why didn't she say something to us then?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even see her.
So then later we get home, and I've ordered Jemiah's via Uber Eats. So as soon as we get home, we got some snacks so y'all can finish watching the foosball game. It's
Yeah.
a good night. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
And
They didn't waste any time
They
with.
did not. They sent that email so fast.
They're like, why did you leave? Contractually, you're not supposed to leave until the end of the event. And what it does is it allows other people to break down and leave early too. And it's a chain reaction. And
Sorry
before
about your luck. Your shit sucks.
before I could even email them back, there was a follow-up email. We've refunded your money for February and we've taken you off the vendor list. I'm like, that was fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, thank you.
Appreciate you because
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to battle with you on Monday about needing my money back because I didn't want to come back on February.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So anyway,
Problem solved.
but like that's happening to us as parents. Our kids aren't getting kicked out of bars.
No,
They're not getting fired from jobs.
no.
They're just good people.
But
We're
you
getting
see-
kicked out of events
Yeah.
as as this business we're trying to.
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
Whoops.
what the shit is going on here?
Welcome to our life.
I know this is not. Things are supposed to be easier as
We
we
don't
get
follow
older.
direction well.
No, we don't.
Yeah. And that seems to be the problem because you're like, fuck this shit. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, I didn't know that was a rule. I don't know any of the rules.
I didn't actually read the rules. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, but why would you
to be there? And if I want to leave early, it's my money I'm losing out on. So get over it.
Yeah, there's a lot. They have a lot of rules
Yeah, a lot of rules. And they don't provide Wi-Fi. So get out of here.
or power.
Or power. No
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, no power. So whatever money I lose out on for leaving early is on me. You're welcome. I was there for a minute and you got my dollars for being there.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Thank you for refunding for February because I really didn't want to come.
Our kids aren't getting kicked out, but we are.
No, and B sent you a fun little video last night.
She did in the bar.
Yeah, she was singing with her little girly friends.
Yeah, it's just a weird world. Like I even when I did have a cell phone, which was only used for emergency purposes only.
Mhm. You weren't sending videos of you hanging out with your friends to your mom.
Yeah, I wasn't calling my mom. Like I didn't go outside. Like, hold on, I got to go out to a payphone. I mean, you weren't sending videos, but you'd
Yeah.
hold the phone out and be
Right.
like, "Everybody say hi, mom."
She does though. It was funny because the other night, the girls, it was her, Mags, Annika, like her normal little group of girls, and they were out and they were singing. They were like, "Mama," and singing Queen,
Hmm.
and they recorded themselves singing it and sent it to me.
We've got to go up to Tuscaloosa here next month for
Yep.
family weekend,
Parents weekend.
parents weekend.
Yep.
And
It's the one.
So we had to book a hotel, and as many of you know, I make the same mistake over and over again, allowing Rachel to do these things.
Listen, this is going to be a thing because I asked you specifically, and
But I don't care. I don't want to do the
You do
legwork.
care.
I
You
do
do care.
care. I just don't want to do the legwork because it's so simplistic. Like when
No.
that year we
Mhm.
we were going to Destin, you booked an Airbnb in Panama City
I didn't
Beach,
know.
an hour away.
I didn't know. I didn't know. But no, for this one, it's on you because
No.
I said I could go and stay at this hotel where some of the other parents are
You
staying.
said that's booked.
And
So it's all
no,
booked up.
I can get a room there, but it's a little bit more expensive.
A lot more expensive.
And you were like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I don't need to stay in the same hotel as other parents. What are we going to swap rooms?
Listen,
We're going to share a room? We're
then what
going
happens?
to play bowling in the hallway together?
Probably.
We're going to get up and have a continental breakfast together?
Yes, that's what us ladies like to do. That's what us moms like to do.
Mm,
Yes.
Then we'll come over early in the morning
But
and meet them.
listen.
Not for $300
When
bucks.
you say no, that's when you end up at the Best Western because I'm like, okay, cool, fuck it. This one works. And then you're like, ugh. And then we stayed at the same conversation. We stayed at the Best Western. The second time, you're like, can we just spend the extra money and stay at the nicer hotel next time? And I'm like, okay. So next time I ask and you're like, ugh.
I just can't justify almost $700 for a weekend in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
It's for your daughter.
No, I understand
And
that.
you know what? You can't every time that we have this conversation and we're at the Best Western, you're like, it was worth $700.
Yeah.
Every single time it's the same conversation.
I think
It's on you.
I know somebody that works at the Hilton.
Why don't you reach out to them?
Because I don't know who it is.
Well, that's a problem.
But I know somebody that works at the Hilton because I just talked to him the other day.
No, you did. Wasn't that the one that was helping for Podcasts and Pours?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. So I actually do know somebody that works at the Hilton.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Currently we are staying at the Country Inn and Suites.
That sounds delicious.
I don't know if it is or not.
That person at the Hilton, I don't know that well, though.
You could still ask.
Yeah, they'd be like, go onto the website and figure it out for yourself. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like I knew like I had an inn where they could give us a hookup or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But currently we're staying at the Country Inn and Suites, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been there before. I've never actually heard of it.
All right.
We'll
Here's
see.
what you do is you go to the hotel, you look at the pictures, you map from the location that you need to go to, which would be Bees' house.
It's a good location.
You Google map, like you Google Earth it, so you can like street view and look around.
See, I don't want to do all that.
Well, you have to.
It's in a good location to
Look at the cars that are there.
proximity.
Look at the cars.
But it's Alabama.
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 Know what kind of cars you're going to be looking for in Alabama or in a college town.
All right. Well, look, the kids are doing great. We're the
Yeah.
problem. And,
us.
and
We're
I
the
think
problem.
that might be the direction of this podcast is we might not have much to talk about with the kids because they're doing really, really well. We're the fuck ups. And that's a problem. That's a problem. that is-
Party.
So this Honey, I Raised the Kids podcast has taken a very interesting twist.
Next time, we're going to record at nighttime, and I'm drinking tequila.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get
You
ready.
ready?
Get ready for that. You might see my wife's boobas.
Woo!
Yeah,
It's time to party.
she might go titty city on you.
I could be the problem.
You could be the
I
problem.
probably am.
She's losing her shit at the age of 40.
Yes.
Please give us a like, share, follow on all social media. It's very important for the growth of the BS podcast as well as the Honey, I Raised the Kids podcast. You can get all those details on thebaileyshow.com. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast and or the radio show or the Twitch stream on Tuesday nights, we have a lot of things available for you to sponsor. Talking with a lot of people right now about coming on board, which is great. Hopefully that conversation can be you. Reach out to me again via thebaileyshow.com. If you're not a subscriber of the BS podcast, where you can get all the episodes and thousands of hours of prior content, please do so. It's only $4.99 a month. Helps us out tremendously. And you can subscribe on thebaileyshow.com. Remember, subscribing to Spotify is totally different than subscribing to the BS podcast. They're two totally different things. So you literally have to go onto my website and hit subscribe, and then make sure you are checking that little box when you go and sign up. It takes literally 2 seconds. And then you get all the shows and you unlock the shows and all that good stuff. Some people are saying they were listening to the locked episodes on other platforms. I didn't think you could do that. I've always been of the assumption that you can only listen to the locked only unlock the episodes on Spotify, but each into their own, however it works for you, do your thing. All right. You got anything before we get out?
Babe, I'm drinking tequila.
You're drinking tequila.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to live my best life, drinking tequila.
All right. Please make sure you're listening to all the shows this week. HTTR for those Redskins fans out there. And we appreciate you listening here. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks to swear. Bye.
I realize not everyone feels this way. And if you are okay with this stage of your life, honestly, more power to you.
Thanks for listening. Get more information at episodes on thebaileyshow.com.
Honey, I raised the kids.
Subscribe at thebaileyshow.com. Yeah, baby.